Hi everyone. I've been wanting to do a video, but I haven't been feeling very well. Actually, I've been feeling pretty poorly. It started before the new year, and just a lot of things coming at us, and a lot to deal with. But I wanted to get on here and show you something. I saw a picture of when I was scrolling through the YouTube app, looking for new stuff that I could maybe design or copy or whatever, and I ran across a game that I used to play when I was a kid, and it folds up neatly. It's a little, you can travel. I made a little button. Put this down here so you can see it. Alright, so I put a little button and a little slip so that you can put the button through. Anyway, let me see if I can back this up so you guys can see what I'm doing here, because I don't think it's going to do the whole thing. Okay, you can make this as big as or little as you want. I kind of wanted it to be the size of an actual chessboard or checkers board, but anyway, you have to have 8 squares each way. So I figured 11 for each square, and then you would need 1 to start off with. So 11 for each square is 88. I mean, you would need 2 to start off with. So 88, and then plus the 2, 89, 90. So with your first one is your first stitch. And I double crocheted and just carried my yarn. You can see it in between. I carried my yarn over for each, so I wasn't having to hide a bunch of tails. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces for each color. I didn't want it to be all black and white, so I made these brown and red. So when you set up, there you go. So but you can take it along with you. You can keep it safe at home and play with your loved ones. It's really neat. And I also saw that they had made a tic-tac board, so I also made one of those. This one is my own pattern. I don't know how they did their pattern. I don't even remember who it was that I saw this on, but I wanted to let you all know it's easy peasy. If you want to make it exactly like this, you would do 90 stitches and then 11 for each square. But the first one is the 2 stitches that you carry into your first stitch. And then these, all they are is 6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. These are just 6 double crochets in a magic ring and then increases around. And they fit perfectly into the squares. Let's see, right there. So it was easy peasy. They fit perfectly into the squares. I love it. I love this because I used to play checkers and chess and tic-tac-toe and all that stuff a lot when I was a kid. I know my grandkids were over here. We had a dinner together, and my grandkids were all over here. I have 33 grandkids, guys, but they were all over here, and I got this out. I was going to play with some of them, and guess what? None of them knew how to play. I was also thinking about designing some chess pieces to go with this so that it could be a multi-purpose game. I don't know. I have another project that I'm working on right now. It's gonna be a surprise. It's rather intriguing, I guess you could say, but I'm having a hard time. It's a doll, but I'm having a hard time with the face right now, and I'm not sure if I want to do the hair with yarn or if I want to go to like Dollar Tree or something and buy some doll hair. I'm not really positive how I want to do that. I don't normally do dolls. I do games and blankets and sweaters, whatever, but this one is turned out to be quite the project for me, and as soon as I get it done, I am trying real hard, because normally I don't write down what I'm doing when I make something, so when I make it again, it doesn't turn out exactly the same. But this time I'm trying to write it down as I go, and I've been having to scratch out and rewrite because some things I've done that I've had to redo. So no fun. I also wanted to talk to you about autoimmune diseases. I have what is called mixed connective tissue disease. It attacks the tissue of your body, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, tissue. And even the skin sometimes. I mean, my hands get little bumps, and sometimes I get them up in my arm and in my face. But I mean, it's neither here nor there. You really cannot have any recourse for it. It's comes and goes. And I've been dealing a lot since it got cold. A lot with flare-ups. There's days that I can barely move. Now, you all know that I have several discs in my back that have no, or not discs, bones. Several places in my spine that have no discs. And because the bone doesn't have any cushion in between them, they rub and crack, and I get a lot of spinal fractures, and they heal. It takes a lot of resting and heat and ice and just switching back and forth and putting your legs up and putting them down and walking around a little bit just to get the circulation moving, things like that. But it's been a frustrating year so far. Just put it that way. I am over it. I'm really tired of the my body coming at me all the time. I have spinal stimulator, or not I do have 2 spinal stimulators, but I also have a pain pump that used to have Dilaudid in it, and it would put it straight into your spine to act as a buffer for the pain. And I've had 2 mishaps with it, so as soon as I am able, as soon as my heart doctor clears me, I am going to have it taken out. The first time I had a mishap with it was when I went to go get a fill, and when you do that, you have to be very careful. You put the needle into the hole. It's a hole, small hole, in under the skin, and suck all the old out, and then they put all new in. And excuse me. And when they do that, they have to be very careful. I think it was my 3rd fill. They had some of the medication leaked, and it is some very, very strong stuff. I almost OD'd. I was falling all over the place. I was constantly sleeping. I was throwing up, excuse that, because but it was awful. I went to my doctor 3 days later, I think it was, because that's when I started feeling better after that. And she said, yeah, it couldn't have been anything else. But my doctor, the pain doctor that I went to, when they filled it, they said, no, it couldn't have been us. It's got to be something you did. Okay, so I still see this pain doctor. My last time seeing him was in June. I was supposed to go back 2 weeks later because I told him I want this out because of that leaking mishap. And I said I don't ever want to have to go through that again. As a matter of fact, I don't understand how people that do drugs can enjoy that feeling. It's awful. I mean, there was euphoria, but I was so out of it, made no sense to me. It makes no sense to me how people can do that and enjoy it. But anyway, I was telling my doctor that I want it out because I don't ever want to go through that again. And he still was saying, well, it wasn't anything we did. It had to be something you did. You were sick or something. And I had talked to the nurse, which is no longer there now. And she was the only one that I would trust to fill it. But I had talked to her, and she said, yeah, that's what it sounds like happened. And I don't know if the doctor heard her say that. It was a mess. But anyway, he was pleasant. He's still pleasant when I go in there, and he does treat me with dignity and respect. So, I mean, things happen, and I understand. You know, it wasn't done on purpose. But in June, I was supposed to come back 2 weeks later to have the dosage turned back down, and I canceled that because when they had turned the dosage down the 2 weeks before that, I was feeling a lot of pain. The medication wasn't the same anymore. It wasn't coming at me, helping mask the pain that I was having. And I was trying to get used to the lower level. So I said, let's see how long I can go with this pain and see if it evens itself out where I can tolerate it every day, and then I'll call you back to have it lowered again. And they said, okay, fine. Now, I had another refill in January. I think it was January 15th. No. I think it was around the 1st of January or end of December. But I couldn't remember when it was because I didn't write it down, and I lost the piece of paper they sent me. So I called them in December 10th, I think it was, and I said, I know I have an appointment coming up for a refill on my pain pump, and can you give me a call back? And I waited, and they tell you on the message, don't leave more than one message about the same thing. So I had since called them every day trying to get a hold of a person that I could talk to find out when my appointment was, because they weren't calling me back. And it was December 30th I started feeling really sick, and didn't understand why. And my husband said, well, your pain pump's been beeping at you, so maybe you're going with withdrawal. Maybe it's empty and you're going through withdrawal. So it got so bad I ended up in the emergency room, and they did a whole run of tests and all kind of stuff, thinking it was my heart again. It was awful. I was there for 10 hours, I think it was, and I ended up coming home still feeling miserable. They didn't help me a bit, they are saying, well, maybe it's a virus or whatever. And so I made an appointment with my PCP, and they told me, yes, you're having withdrawal. So they helped me with some medications. It helped me sleep through it. I felt better maybe 2 weeks later. I'm still having a lot of bone pain and muscle pain, but I can live with it. It's awful. It is awful having to deal with that, and I do understand how people that do those things want to get that fixed so they don't have that pain. I get it, but you know, don't do it in the first place. It's not good for you. And anyway, I was supposed to get my pain pump taken out on January 15th, and I had to cancel that because my heart doctor would not clear me. She was very stern with me and said I cannot whatsoever go off the medications for a week before the surgery, so there's absolutely no way. And so I had to cancel that, and now we're thinking maybe in April I'll be able to get that taken out. But I want to tell you, if you have pain and somebody wants you to get that pain pump, do your research. I did a lot of research, apparently not in the right places, but it seemed feasible to me, you know, if it's going to help the pain. Because when you live with autoimmune diseases like this, you're in constant pain. And then when you have a flare-up, that constant pain turns into something bigger. And it puts you down, sometimes for a day, sometimes for a month. There's no set time, and there's no set way that you can have a flare-up. I mean, you can have, I get stomach issues that last for a little while. I have bone pain that I just want to crawl in a hole and bury myself until it's over. There's just so many different ways that it can present itself, and it's not easy. And people with autoimmune diseases, I have to say, you keep your hope up, because it's not over until it's over. It's rough some days. It's easier other days, but just keep your hope up, keep your head up, keep your head held high. People look at us and say, there's nothing wrong with her, why is she complaining, you know? But they don't know what's going on inside. And hopefully I'll be back soon with another video for you, showing you my surprise, my design, and maybe if I can get my video camera to cooperate with me, I'll do a tutorial on it. That way you'll have the pattern, and I don't care if you use it. You don't have to say you don't have to credit who did it or who made the pattern, who invented the pattern, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I'm just here to crochet, keep myself busy. I love doing it. I love creating things, and I like seeing you all. So leave me a comment, leave me a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.